Good morning, y'all. If you're here, you're probably really discouraged about your fitness journey. So I just wanted to hop on here really quickly because I was just thinking, being discouraged about losing weight and about the process of losing weight can be something that takes you off track, even though you may not know it, even though you're doing everything right. So I'm just going to explain to you guys what it really is to be discouraged about losing weight and how to not be discouraged about losing weight. We've all heard a million times when we're trying to do anything in our life, especially when it comes to weight loss, is that you have to be consistent. We hear that over and over and over again. You have to be consistent. And you might be consistent, but for some reason, you still can't lose weight. You get discouraged, your head gets loud. You start to really question if you're able to actually do this. Is this something that's meant for you? And that can be really difficult to navigate as somebody who is really giving the effort that they think they need in order to lose weight. You've probably been trying for years. There's not a lot of people that want to lose weight that haven't already tried. When people get to that point, when they look in the mirror and they say, "Oh, I'm kind of getting a little fluffy. Maybe I need to start watching what I eat." But then they realize after time goes on, I haven't been able to really watch what I eat. They're still gaining weight. They haven't really seen any changes, even though they've made that commitment to themselves that they're going to start eating healthier. Then more time goes by, 6 months, a year, they're still gaining weight. Another 5 pounds, another 10 pounds, another 20 pounds. And they look in the mirror and they realize they've gotten even more fluffy. And they're wondering, how did this happen? I need to lose weight. So they keep making this promise to themselves that they're going to start eating healthier, maybe going on walks, maybe going to the gym. But they cannot manage to really lose any weight. So they decide, I'm going to lock in. All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing this. I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to go to the grocery store and get everything that I need. I'm going to cook up my meals for the week. I'm not going to have any junk food in the house. I'm going to get a gym membership. I'm going to start going to the gym 5-6 days a week. I got this. I have to do this. And then after a week, 2 weeks of doing that, they fall off. They binge. They stop going to the gym, and this entire idea about them wanting to lose weight just kind of fades into the distance. It doesn't really matter anymore. And then your head tells you, damn, you're a failure. You did not stick to what you said you were going to do again. And that right there is the hardest part. It's not going to the gym. It's not eating healthy. Those things are difficult, right? When we're learning how to do them, they are difficult. I'm not going to sit here and discredit that part of it. However, the hardest part about losing weight is how loud our head gets when we fall off, when we're not seeing results, and we get discouraged. And that right there is the feeling that people tend to avoid because that feels awful. Hearing your head say, you don't deserve to lose weight. Oh, you're not that serious about it. You're being lazy. Oh, once again, you failed. You can't stick to anything, can you? You don't really want this. The way that our head spirals when we do end up falling off is so painful that we just decide, you know what, we're just not going to try it all. That's where a lot of the discouragement comes from, is telling ourselves we're just not going to try it all. Because we know how let down we will be if we try to do this again and we fall off and we fail. And you get tired of feeling like a failure. You look in the mirror, you see that you're gaining weight, you tell yourself you want to lose weight, and then that's quickly corrected by, well, I don't know. Well, I just don't think I can do it. It's just not something that's in the books for me. I'm just meant to live like this. I'm just meant to live 20 pounds overweight. And I'm telling you guys, that is not true. You can lose weight. You can have your dream body, and you can have it fairly quickly, but this is the only way you're going to be able to do that. Right now, your overall goal is that 20-pound weight loss. You're telling yourself that this is what I want. If you were to write down on a notepad, I got a notepad. If you were to write down on your notepad all of your goals, the goal would be to lose 20 pounds. Which is, I think that's a great goal to have. Just like some people, their goal might be save up $10,000. Their goal might be start school. Their goal might be get a girlfriend, right? Whatever the end goal is. But this is where you have to make a switch if you want to learn how to stop being so discouraged about losing weight. The goal must change from the outcome to the daily habits that get you there. And this is what I mean by that. Right now, you are attached to the outcome. You're attached to that 20-pound weight loss. So when you really put it all into going to the gym and meal prepping and eating healthier, maybe you quit drinking, you cut out soda, you're starting to go on walks, you're doing all of these things. When the weight loss becomes the goal and you don't see that, it can feel like you're running in place. It can feel like you started a marathon and you don't know when the finish line is. You're running and running and running, and you just see 1 mile. You don't know when the next time is you're going to see a mile marker. And it feels like there's no hope in what you're doing. You're attached to the outcome. So when you don't see that, you get the fuckets. You get discouraged. You think that all of the energy and all of the effort that you're putting into this is going nowhere. And that is why you fall off. Even though logically you know if you continue doing what you're doing, that a few months down the road, things will be all different. But in the moment, when you step on the scale after a week or 2 weeks of trying to eat healthier and move your body more, and you don't see this rapid decline in your weight, the scale hasn't shed 5, 10, 20 pounds already, you get really discouraged. You feel like a failure and you think all of this effort is going nowhere. So what you need to do is to let go of the attachment to that 20-pound weight loss. Let go of it. I know that that's going to be the outcome. That's the end goal. But your goal must change to the daily habits that will get you there. This is what I mean by that. Wake up every day and you know, if I pack my meals, if I go on my walk, and if I go to the gym, that this is going to be the outcome. However, I must focus on the daily habits that are going to get me there. And this is the part where you must dig deep, because we all think that the 20-pound weight loss is going to be, that is our moment. That is when we've made it. We did it, right? However, the attachment to the outcome is only going to let you down, because every single day that you wake up and you haven't lost 20 pounds, you're going to feel like shit. However, if you change your goal to the daily habits and you do wake up and you get your walk in and you pack your food for the day and you go to the gym, you have created a win for that day. You have accomplished your goals. So the feedback is much quicker than it is for the 20-pound weight loss. And you know, as a byproduct of those daily habits, you will lose weight. So I challenge you, if you are feeling discouraged, to commit fully and wholeheartedly to the daily habits. Make that your goal. The daily habits that will get you to your weight loss. Jot them down if you need to. Specific things that you need to do every single day, almost like a checklist. Yes, I packed my food. Yes, I tracked my macros. Yes, I went on my 20-minute walk. Whatever your personal goals are, write them down and check them off every single day and commit to the process fully for 3 months. If you have a day where you fuck up, get back and do it the next day. The hardest part is going to be to stick with it and to not let yourself get discouraged. Create those wins every single day so that you can actually build some sort of momentum that's going to get you to your greater goal. I know that it's possible for you guys because it was possible for me. As somebody who I used to weigh 170 pounds. In 2018, I stepped on the scale and I weighed 170 pounds. It's because I was drinking every single day. I was smoking cigarettes. I wasn't taking care of my body. I was eating out 2 to 3 times a day. I never cooked at home. I felt like shit. I was always tired. I was bloated. My face was puffy. And I wore baggy shirts so that you couldn't see my love handles. I'm the type of person, I gain weight in my love handles. That's where I gain it first, is my love handles. So I would wear baggier shirts so that my love handles wouldn't muffin top over my jeans, because that was something that I was really insecure about. And when I realized that I weighed 170 pounds, it was a long road for me to get to where I am now. There were a lot of moving parts to get to where I am now. And it took me 5 years of being on off of my fitness journey because I was getting discouraged, because I was afraid of failure, because I didn't want to let go of the eating out and the vices of drinking, all of those things. It took me 5 years to actually look in the mirror and say, oh, damn, I'm making progress. It was a roller coaster for that 5 years. But now that I've gotten there, I'm so proud of myself for not giving up. So if you are somebody that feels discouraged right now, I promise you there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't give up. You are going to reach your goals as long as you stick to it, as long as you keep trying. On the days where you say, fuck, I messed up yesterday. Fuck, I did it again. I told myself that I wasn't going to do this and I did it again. That is where the work comes in, where you have to remind yourself, all right, don't beat yourself up. Just start a new day. Get back into it. Focus on my daily goals. Focus on those wins that are going to get me closer to my weight loss goal. And that is all you have control over. And the end goal of losing 20 pounds is inevitable. If this video helped you guys, like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions at all, if you need help with your macros, your nutrition, your exercise routine, just DM me on Instagram. I put the link in the description for my Instagram handle. And I hope this helped you guys. And I'll see you in the next one.